Hello, I'm Rick Stivers with YoungMartin'sReels, and today it's going to be this beast. Now, if you've watched my videos, you've seen I've already done one of these. This is the Daiwa Great Lakes 47 line counter, LC, and I have one, and I wanted a second one, and this was the thing that kind of sold me on buying it. In the picture, you couldn't really tell its condition. It just looked like it was okay. It might have gotten a little damage on the way here in the mail, but I don't really think that was a big player. The biggest problem is that this handle was so corroded up that just a light tap in the box snapped it. All right, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and break it off the rest of the way, I think. Yeah, see, this thing was that corroded. You couldn't see that in the pictures. It is bound up. It will turn, but it doesn't turn easily. What I'm going to have to do, I believe, is to get this C-clip off, pull this nut off. Hopefully that will allow me to remove this handle. At that point, I'm hoping that I'll be able to then turn the star adjuster. And once I've got it that far, I believe I can take it the rest of the way apart without too much trouble. I don't want to take a chance on snapping anything, so I'm going to let this soak. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to soak it in vinegar or something a little more caustic. It's certainly not going to be WD-40 because I don't think that's going to get the job done on this particular one. Alright, you've seen now what the reel looked like when it came in. I've been soaking the handle portion in some toilet bowl cleaner for about an hour now, and as you can see, most of the corrosion is gone, so I'm going to rinse it off at this point, and I think we're about ready to get started on it. And today we're going to be working on this Daiwa 47 LC line counter reel, and I'm going to start off by just taking it apart, and in just a moment you'll see what this looked like when I first brought it in and where we are now. But I'm going to edit that in. All this was all corroded. The handle has been completely corroded in half, and we're going to pop this thing apart. I want to get it open so I know what parts I'm going to have to order for it and know what my status is on this. So here we go. We're going to start off by popping out this C-clip. You notice that the cap is missing for the handle nut. So let's see if we can't get this off. It looks like it should just pop right off at this point. There we go. Okay, that's got the C-clip off. That should take the washer off. And now we're going to see if we can break this nut loose. As badly as this was corroded, I'm hoping it's going to come on off though, now that we've had it soaking. There we go. This could end up being the demise of this reel right here, right off the bat. All right. There we go. We got a 12mm to go on it. And we're going to lay it down, see if I can get some leverage on it. Oh. So far I have gotten zero motion at all out of this nut. Either way. It may have to go back into the acid some more. I think even no motion at all. On the plus side, the anti-reverse function is working. There we we go. That broke it loose. My goodness. Okay, so far we have the C-clip off, the nut off, and the washer off. And now let's see if we can get the handle off. Normally I would back off the star drag and see if it would release it, but this star drag isn't moving at all. And I'm sure I'll get some comments about using the right tool for the right job. So, there we go. Get some of that stuff out from in between. It might start to get some motion now. And let's wind it around the other side. I've never seen anything like this on a reel. And unfortunately, this happens to be the reel that I really do want to repair. And it looks like we might be getting there. Let's take a wire brush to the end of it and see if we can't. There we go. That's the handle off. Now, let's see if we can't make a little progress with the drag adjuster. Oh, I got motion. Let's add a little lubricant. And let's see if we can get a little motion going back the other way. There we go. All right. And the threads are actually in very good shape. Let's see what they look like here. All right, let's try putting the star adjuster back on. There we go. And it adjusts again. Okay, let's take it off. Done with that portion for the moment. And we are going to remove these 4 screws, and that'll take off the side plate. We've got 2 long screws there. I think this is going to be a short screw because I can already see it's going to be shorter than either of those 2 are. Okay, now let me get a micro screwdriver to take this last screw out. I had that one in my kit earlier today and I took it out because I hadn't been using it. All right. So let's see if we see any from the inside. I don't. That means this should be about ready to come off. There we go. And that's got that off. All right, let's take this side plate assembly off. First thing we're going to do though is we're going to get rid of this mess that we to here. And let's take this side plate assembly apart, the bridge assembly. Do that. You see this spring right here? We're going to go ahead and remove that spring. I've forgotten from the last time I did it. This spring on this end cannot be taken off of this end. It can only be removed from this end, because once this screw tightens down, it tightens it and clamps that spring in, so it can't be removed from there. So we're going to take it off of this end. There we go. Now it's not going to shoot anywhere. Okay, let's take out these 4 screws. All right, with those off, we should be able to push this out. There we go. Okay, the springs, that's the 2 for the yoke here. All right, let's go ahead and pull the gear assembly off. Okay, we've got it out. If you consider how much corrosion there was here, I'm really surprised at how good this part looks. Okay, well, wait a minute, here we go. This looks like a problem right here. This main gear is missing the outside teeth all the way around, right here. Okay. Okay, we're going to need, this washer's in good shape. Oh, well, the drag washers are in very good shape. Okay. Okay. The fiber washers are in excellent condition. There's no need for those. My 2 keyed washers look great. My eared washer looks good. What we got in here? At first appearance, it looks like it's okay. I'm still trying to figure out what gear. It's okay. It still fits on here on the shaft okay. Locks in. This will clean up, I believe, if we spray it with a little WD-40. All right, let's get back to here. Our jack plate is in good shape. Our pawl is in good shape. This plate is in good shape. Your bearing or bushing may be a little wallered out. Well, I wasn't really intending to make a video of this. I just kind of wanted to, for my own purposes, record it. So there's probably a couple of hours worth of video of me trying to take this thing apart, get it fixed. But at the end of the day, this is my end result. I managed to find this handle, and it didn't fit. I had to modify the hole so that it would fit on this one. It was in a box of handles that I had. But I've managed to get the drags working. Earlier in the video, you will see where I talked about the main gear being stripped out, but in reality it's not. That's machined that way. It looked stripped out. I kept looking at it thinking, what in the world could have drug on this? No, when I actually went back and looked at the video of the one of these that I did the video on for how to take it apart and put it together, that gear is exactly the same way. It's machined that way. It's supposed to look that way. But anyway, I have my Daiwa 47 LC line counter reel up and running. You saw what it looked like before. It was a totally corroded up mess. The drag is working. Everything in it is working perfectly now. Everything. When I did put it together, I put it together with the, forgot to put the spring on, but I've got that taken care of now. Flip the clicker on. Boy, she's a noisy beast when you got the clicker on. But take that off. That's the anti-reverse dog that you hear. The line counter works. This thing is sweet. So now I've got it to put in with my other ones, and I'll be taking these fishing hopefully sometime here in the next 2 weeks. I was planning to go this week, but my temperatures dropped down in the 30s, and in San Antonio, dropping down into the 30s means you're not going fishing. So I'm going to give this a break, and let me zoom out a little bit in case you want to see a close-up of how this assembly all turned out. I'm very happy with the way it all came out. If you saw what it looked like at the beginning of the video, this is just completely baffling that it could come out this nice. The only new parts that are in this whole thing are this handle. Everything else is stock. I'm just going to not worry. I don't know what handle this came off of, so trying to get a cap and a lockdown screw for it's probably not very good. So I'm just going to keep an eye on the nut, make sure it's tight. I don't really fish that often, and I think this thing's going to be a beast. I got to put some line on it now, and I wasn't planning to make a video of this, but I figured what the heck, I'm working on it. So for those of you who sat through it, I'm going to edit it out, all the junk out of it. And this is Rick Stivers with Young Martin's Reels. Thank you.